Good morning, wanderers. Coming down from Willow Creek along the fire access road that's gated at the bottom. It goes past Angel Falls and stuff down there ways. All right, topic today. We're touching on the same topic before that I had done on job and life satisfaction. And how do we get that fulfilling satisfaction from our jobs and our lives when it's not something that builds something that is tangible, that we can touch, that we can feel. We're not collecting food. We're not, doing these things that are physically tangible to us. My job, I find satisfaction when I give something back to somebody that they lost. You bet. That's cool. I love that because it makes them happy. They're happy that they found it, that it was found. That's satisfying. So I can find satisfaction in that. But how many times does that happen in my day? If I'm lucky, 5 or 6 times. On average, once or twice. In the meantime, I'm taking in 15 to 25 items a day. So, the take-in is far more than the give out. And so that kind of takes on you too, especially when you're processing in a little kid's toy. Oh, nothing breaks my heart more than processing in a little teddy bear or something that you can tell has been well loved, dirty, torn ear, and still cherished, Nothing breaks my heart more because, if there's no way to get a hold of these people, if there's no way to, let them know, or if they're live too far away and stuff like that, then, the toy is pretty much done. And that's just heartbreaking. But anyway, so how do we find job satisfaction when we are, a secretary, when we are working in a cubicle, when we are, well, here's a good one for you. How do you find job satisfaction when you are working as a telephone operator for a complaints section? Yeah, been there, done it. That's a hard one to find satisfaction in. You can always find satisfaction in that one customer that you're able to satisfy and make happy, and they go off saying, hey, thanks for the help and appreciate it. You can get satisfaction from that, but again, it's few and far between, and it's not a tangible thing. It's it's that ethereal satisfaction. This one that goes off down to that little area down below. That's on one of my shorts, but it's really beautiful down there. We're gonna keep going this way because we've already been hiking up all through here. I've started also a couple of other videos I've done while I've been up here is for my new Patreon page that I am, hopefully by the time this video is timed for upload, that Patreon page will already be up because I'm hoping to get it up there by next week for the Your Valley Access Network, quote unquote, your van. Patreon supported local medical transport business plus. So anyway, that's there, and that is one where I will definitely be finding job satisfaction. And if that one plays out and goes as well as I hope it will, yeah, talk about life satisfaction. Oh boy. That is what my life is about. That is what my life should be and should have been all along. And if I'd have been braver and smarter, I could have probably done this years ago and been already way far into this and just having the time of my life. But there's a time and a place for everything, as we all know, and as, and this must be my time. So I'm going to leap at it. I'm going to jump at it. I'm going to act. Like Mel Robbins says, just act. So, that'll be my way to find some new job satisfaction from a new job. Now, what I want to talk about is how do we find satisfaction? Well, I find satisfaction in my life by doing things like this as well. Just by going and recording these videos, by taking these walks, by talking to myself, because that's what I'm doing. I mean, there ain't nobody else around here. Sorry, that was a really fast pan, but I'm talking to myself. And I find satisfaction in that because a lot of times I'll be talking and something will come out of my mouth and I'm like, where did that come from? And so I'll run it down. I'll think about it. I'll go over it. And sure enough, I'll find that there was a reason that it came out of my mouth. It was something that has been in the back of my head that I've wanted to say, or, whatever it is. But so I find satisfaction in my life through this. I find satisfaction in my daughter when she learns a new thing from school or that I'm helping her with on homework. And she gets it figured out, and that sparkle in the eye, that little glint, that gleam of, oh, I get it. That is beyond satisfying. I don't know, any of you have kids, if you've experienced that, where you recognize that moment when they get it. There is nothing quite like that expression on the face, that depth in the eyes that just rings out, I get it. Trying to find a spot for the view of the falls there. Oh, there you go. So, catch my breath. Face flies are coming out. It's getting warmer now. It was cold this morning coming up. It was great. So, different things to do as far as your work goes. With my job, it's an office job. It's a desk job, and I'm processing and filing inventory. But one of the things that I find satisfying is being able to organize that. Keeping it organized, keeping it easily accessible to the other people that are not a part of the processing process, that don't understand everything that goes into bringing it into inventory. They're going to have to come in and get it, because when I'm not there, they're still giving back lost and found items when people come ask for them. So the more organized it is, the more prepared it is, the easier it is for them to come in and just get it. And that's very satisfying to me, because I'm saving them time and saving the guest time that's waiting for their item, because, it used to be people would have to wait 25, 30 minutes to get their item back. Because people were having to find it, searching for it. It was kind of disorganized in there and stuff like that. It wasn't bad or anything, but it just different, and everybody has different ways of organizing things, but when it comes to those who are not part of the process on a regular basis, accessing it and looking for stuff, you want it to be as straightforward and simplified as possible. And so we've kind of done that over the last couple of years, and it's been fantastic. So that's been satisfying. And it's showed, they've even said, hey, this is great. I love the way you guys are doing this now. And, it's a fun thing to get that kind of satisfaction. So that's another way. Organizing your stuff, organize your area to where it's more efficient for everybody involved is something that's very satisfying, and it's very physical. It's very, you've gotten in there and you've done this, and you can see the results of it. Again, that's that area, and I think that's part of what creates this social media frenzy with, wanting views, it becomes a focus of the satisfaction is gained by the number of views, and not necessarily the statements of the content. They're not really concerned with the content as long as they get the views, because that's the satisfaction they're gaining. And so you end up with some of this content that's, well, you guys know. we all know. And the funny part is that so many of us take part in that content, and watch it. And it's one of those things. I mean, Leon Lush, another YouTuber that I enjoy watching. And it's funny, but at least he admits, at least he recognizes that, you know, the same thing he's criticizing is what's making him popular. So, I mean, does that make it any different? He's using the same content that he's degrading, you know, that he's saying, hey, you're an idiot, you know, you got brain worms. Leon, I love you, man. I crack up at your videos. But like you said, and you've even said it, you know, it is what it is. And it's amazing how much that content really does just draw us in, you know. So they get the views, and that's all that matters, because that's what they've locked onto for their satisfaction. You know, it's not getting comments back of saying, oh, thank you for sharing that idea, or thank you for showing me how to do this. And you know, they're not getting that kind of stuff. I mean, they're getting comments, of course, and they're getting, you know, thanks for the laugh, that was hilarious, you know, da da da. And that's a good thing, and it really is. You know, so they found a place to get that satisfaction from, and that's amazing. I appreciate that, but I am also one of those people that's a little bit, just needs a little bit more than that. I need more of that tactile. I need more of that, you know, I want to see what I've accomplished in somebody else's face, you know, like, I don't know. It's like giving the rides to people. You know, when I give something back to people too that, you know, they've lost it, and it was their grandma's or, you know, their grandpa's, and they had given it to them, and da-da-da, and oh, thank God you found it. And, you know, that's a satisfaction I get from my current job. There's my meditation stump over there. I'll show you why. I think I've already showed you this. I think there's a video somewhere of me sitting here doing a talk. I don't remember what the talk was on though. But at any rate, that's the view. Isn't that just amazing? Gorgeous view. Down to the water and the waterfall sounds. And just absolutely a stunning, stunning view. Alright, oh, sunshine. Sorry. I'll try and look down and avoid the glares. So, anyway, we got pathway down and we got roadway down. Let's go see the falls. I guess I found out that this is actually Angel Falls, which is not as spectacular as the one up there. But it's still pretty cool. It has all these amazing little pools and stuff in it and everything. But it's right over this little ridge over here. What was that? Oh, that was the lid of my thing. Oh, you can't really see it from here. I thought you could. Must have been on the other path that I was able to see it from the pathway. Yeah, because you definitely can't see it from this pathway. You hear it nice though. Oh, there's some hikers over there. Hello, hikers. They're heading up on the, what is it, east side of Willow Creek. It's also a beautiful area over there. I haven't been all the way up where they're at, but down at the bottom end of the Willow Creek is a really pretty thing. I've got a couple of shorts out on that one too. So, share with me different jobs that you're doing that are not physical jobs, that are more, you know, the mental jobs, the secretaries, the cubicles, the analytics, different things like that. I mean, I know there's satisfaction in balancing those numbers. I know that. I feel that too. Because when you finally get it balanced, you're like, oh, I found it. It's right there. That's the problem. Da, da, da. It's an amazing thing. And then it gets you fired. Anyway. So yeah, it's one of those things I think a lot of us that are more tactile in nature struggle in today's world of digital feedback, digital shopping, digital communication. I think a lot of us kind of suffer with life satisfaction levels due to that. So finding ways that you get to feel some of that satisfaction is a good idea to put into your life. Take a walk. Try to identify a couple of the plants that you'll find that you don't know what they are. Because unless you're an absolute, genius in the fauna, whatever you want to call it, because I'm obviously not a genius in it. There's going to be plants that you don't know what they are, And yeah, there's going to be a bunch that you recognize, manzanitas, oaks, all that kind of stuff. You're going to recognize that kind of stuff if you're, been in the area your whole life and all that. But even then, you're still going to find little flowers, little things that you're like, what the heck is that? I don't know. So find out. Give yourself that satisfaction of finding out. And I don't mean, sitting there on your phone in front of it and hitting Google and whatever, but you can do that too. But it's a lot of fun to bring one of the books along with you and try to find it in the book, because that gives you that tactile. It gives you that sense of I'm doing something to gain some knowledge, to gain something, more than just saying, hey Google, what plant is purple with 5 petals and Anyway, I mean, yeah, that's easy, but I think that's part of where we lose our satisfaction. We're not really having to work for answers anymore. We're not really having to struggle. So it's less fulfilling when we attain the goal than if we actually had to put in some effort to do it. That's what I find. It may not be true for everybody. That's a very subjective thing. But I really truly think that that's where a lot of it comes from. Is just the lack of effort that we have to put forth to know anything, and even to do anything pretty much anymore. There's no effort. There's very little effort, I should say. I mean, it's not no effort. You still got to say, hey Google, or hey Alexa, you still got to say that, or you still got to type it out on your phone or your computer. But getting out, and actually looking for that plant. So like, you could look up on the computer some little plant that's native to your area, grows in the hills, or grows, down by rivers or streams, and say, I'm going to go find one of those in the wild. And then you're going to go do it. And that effort, when you finally find that little plant, the effort you put into going out there and finding it is going to reward you with a much stronger sense of satisfaction than you got when you looked it up on the computer. Because you looked it up on the computer, it's like, oh, yeah, that one grows up here. Okay, cool. Didn't know that. That's neat. Because it was so simple to find it, to do it, it lowers the self-reward that you gain. Because there wasn't that physical exertion, there wasn't that tactile involvement. Like going down a hill that's 40 degrees. I'll rest on this little level spot. That's an awesome oak. So yeah, just try to find a more physical way to do something to get that answer, or to get that thing that you want to get, or do that thing that you want to do. Like, I wonder what it looks like around that lake. I'm going to go hit Google and find out. Like, go do it. So it's a 20-minute drive to the lake. Make the time. I mean, go do it, and you'll find so much more satisfaction in actually physically walking on that little lake shore or along that stream than you do looking at Google pictures or videos like mine, where you're saying, oh, that's cool, man, that is really neat. I wish I could go hike that, and it's like, okay, you can. Let's go do it, get a hold of me. Let's go hike it together and have a conversation where I'm not talking to myself and you're not talking to yourself at your desk, but where we can actually have a conversation about it. Enjoy this cliff with me. I would love that. That would be a blast. And we could all take video at the same time. Wouldn't that be a riot? Put it on all of our pages. There you go. Try to piece this conversation together. That would be pretty funny. Anyway, add more physicality to the process of getting what you're after. And I think you're going to find that you feel much more satisfied when you achieve it, whatever it is. That's something I've been finding to be true with everything I do in my life. And those of us with desk jobs, it's kind of hard to do, it's not, how do you make it physically harder to type into a computer something? You can only hit one letter as you run around the desk, that's just not practical, and it's not going to be operational, and your boss is going to be like, okay, yeah, they've been doing cocaine or something, let's do a random test on them. So not exactly a good idea. We're back down to the road now. 222. My Jeep down there. I'm gonna go over and look over this little thing here. Oh, look at that house over there. I hadn't noticed that house over there before. Wow, that's a big one. They got a pretty view out their windows. See, they never have to go out to enjoy the view, so the view probably doesn't even really satisfy them anymore. They probably got it because of its view. Ooh, that's a little cliff right there. Okay, yeah, don't go much closer to the edge of this sucker. You might go down the bank with it. That is a tall pine tree right there, and I'm pretty much as tall as it. Yeah, okay. Alrighty. Wanderers, thanks for joining me this morning on this one. I enjoy talking about the satisfaction thing, because it is difficult, I think, in the modern world to find satisfaction with the different things that we do, because they're so easy to achieve. Alexa, how do I make lasagna? And here comes a list of ingredients and processes and whatever. We used to flip through recipe books and figure it out and read through this and then sit there getting all frustrated about, well, how much is 16 ounces for sauce, and what's a fluid ounce, blah blah blah, figuring it all out. Because the measuring device we had was, of course, worn out, so you couldn't read any of the numbers on the side of it. But when you got done making that lasagna, man, it tasted good. It was amazing. It was fantastic, and it was a little bit different than last time because you didn't do the exact same thing that you did last time. And that's where it just kind of gets lost in the modern world, I think, is we lose some of that trial and error. We lose some of the efforts. And even putting videos out, it's like, videos like this, yeah, you're putting out effort, but I'm not doing any editing. I'm not doing any of that stuff. And even if I was doing editing, it's not really a physical thing, and if you're just sitting there compiling videos and stuff like that, and you're still wondering why you're not really satisfied with it, you've got, 1 million subscribers, you've got, you're making 10 grand a month off of your YouTube channel, and you still feel like you're not really satisfied. Well, put some thought into that. Maybe Maybe it's because there's not enough physical involvement in what you're doing. I mean, yeah, what you're doing is working. There's no doubt about that, obviously. But maybe try to figure out something that you can add to it that's a little bit more physical on your part, and see if you get a little more satisfaction out of that video and what comes from that video later on and stuff like that. I don't know. I would kill for some thoughts on this, guys. Please put your thoughts in the comments and share with me what you think. You think that physical effort increases mental satisfaction? Because I think that's really where it is for me. And I know that's where it is for me. The more physically challenging, the more, well, even mentally challenging something is, the more reward I feel when I attain it, when I achieve it, when I get it. Yeah, I just, like, even with this job that I'm wanting to do with the Your Van, it's going to be physical work. It's going to be, helping people into the van, getting them out, taking them to their doctor's appointments, helping them there, helping them do shopping. A lot of physical activity in that. But it's face-to-face interaction. I get to experience the emotions raw. I get to, I will get to have those things person to person. And that is so much more satisfying because, again, it's that physical, it's the physicality of it that to me is so much more satisfying. So it may be little effort to get the money because you guys would be the ones supporting it, and you guys, the subscribers and things like that would be the ones that would be supporting it because they'd be subscribed to the Patreon page for specific amounts and whatever, and making it possible for me to do these things and these amazing adventures that I would be able to have with all these people. So the money part of it would not be hard. I mean, yeah, I'm still going to put videos up, and some of those will probably be edited because I want the approval from the people that I'm, transporting and taking places and doing things with. I want their approval, so they may say, oh God, don't show that part of my thing, like, okay, I won't, I want that kind of stuff. So there's going to be editing going on for those and, things like that. So there's going to be a lot of work put into that site and into the business. So I know it's going to be very satisfying for me. And not to mention what I'm doing is just satisfying. Helping people is my ultimate satisfaction. I mean, that's where I feel the best. I was doing MRDDs for many years, and it was such a blessing, man. Huge blessing. It's a part of my life that I will cherish my entire life. So this new aspect, this new chapter that's coming up, because I know it's going to happen. I know there are people out there. It's just a matter of reaching those people and getting in touch with those people to say, here I am, and I'm going to do this work, and I want you guys to be a part of it, and I want you guys to experience it with me. I'm going to share as much of it as I can. So, I'm excited for it. I can't help but be excited for it. And that's going to be my future satisfaction. So, again, just share with me your ideas for your life. What has worked? What do you think might work? If you're feeling unsatisfied with what you're doing, share it. Let's talk. Let's figure some stuff out. I'm talking to myself here, but I'm trying to start conversations, and I'm more than happy to respond to comments and things like that. So please don't be afraid to leave some. All right, man. Have a good one, Wanderers. Thanks for joining me today.